And I want to ask you also about the discussions with G7 and the president and Justin Trudeau and the talk of. I know that the president had at some point suggested, you know, let's just break down these imposing barriers for imports for trade and trying to get everyone on the same page for actual free trade for the countries. He was suggesting that, you know, that don't want to do that. Maybe we'll look at imposing tariffs. And, you know, I'm not a protectionist. I like the idea of free trade. I get very nervous when people talk about tariffs, but the way that, and I think everyone was expecting the worst when he went to go and present these arguments. But when I heard some of the arguments that were presented, and maybe it was an Overton window sort of strategy, it kind of it made a little sense. And I'm just hoping that everyone can maybe get on that page of really lowering those barriers. What did you make of it, and what effect do you think that's going to have on actually coming together on some sort of agreement?
I'm not terribly confident that Trump does understand the trade issue correctly, because for him to say he wants to get rid of all tariffs, which of course I like that idea of lowering trade taxes around the world, and it would benefit American exports and also benefit American consumers. But on the other hand, he says things that suggest he thinks a trade deficit means you're losing. Well, the flip side of a trade deficit is a capital surplus. And I think it's actually an endorsement of the underlying strength of the American economy that sometimes foreigners want to invest their dollars in America rather than buy products that are made in America. So I guess the jury is still out on what Trump is actually doing. Some people say it's three-dimensional chess, that he's engaging in a lot of bluster to force other countries to lower their trade barriers. I hope that's the right interpretation.